Hey guys, this is Josh Hardy with a quality of character presentation for ethics in sports, Professor Mark Baines. This is a really important subject and something that I really enjoy talking about, and something that I think is important for coaches aside from just X's and O's, and that we need to start cultivating in our players. And the subject that I picked today is humility. Humility is something that I think is lacking a lot in today's society. I think we see it on the news. We see it on Sports Center. There's just a general lack of humility in popular culture, and I think that kind of is starting to seep into some of our athletes at the high school and collegiate level. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about humility, what that means to me, what I think that should mean to coaches everywhere, and how we can start to cultivate that in our players. So let's get started here. What is humility? So I brought up a couple of definitions. Collins English Dictionary defines it as someone who has humility, is not proud, and does not believe that they are better than other people. Merriam-Webster defines it as freedom from pride or arrogance, the quality or state of being humble. Those are two really good definitions, but I personally I think the Bible does a better job, especially in Matthew chapter 5 verses 5 through 9. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. It just doesn't get any better than Jesus and what he says. Although I do think, if we go to the next slide, C.S. Lewis does a pretty good job too. Famous author and apologist C.S. Lewis. Humility is not thinking less of yourself; it's thinking of yourself less. And the me society of today that we see our athletes in, that we see our athletes a part of, this is something that I think often gets forgotten. And it's sad. It's the I want the stat sheet. I want it to be all about me. I want to talk on the radio after the game. I want I want to be recognized. And what we find is that the good teams are the ones that are able to put that me aside and think about others. And I think that it's an important lesson, not just for athletics, but in life, and thinking of like C.S. Lewis said, thinking of yourself less and thinking of others more. It's not thinking less of yourself. I feel like I'm a fairly humble person. I work on something that I have to work on every day, but I think humility is an important thing, and something that I try to take pride in. But I still think I'm a good coach. I still think that I'm a good husband. I'm a good teacher. It's not necessarily just thinking less of yourself, but it's thinking of yourself less. So as we go on, let's talk about why humility matters. Like I said, don't we want a pat on the back? Shouldn't we as athletes and coaches want to, puff out our chests and show everyone our accomplishments? And shouldn't we be proud of our accomplishments? The answer is yes. We should be proud of our accomplishments, and but you got to ask yourself a couple of questions here. Are you always going to be successful? Are you never going to fall down? And most of us, if we're being realistic, we should answer no to those questions. Every year is not going to be a winning year, and you're going to have times where you are down. And I think that by being humble and embracing that humility, you ensure that people are there to help build you up when you fail, and not revel in your misfortune. If we look at the quote from the op-ed in Forbes by Chris Myers, talks about how everybody falls down at some point, and it's important to be humble so that the people around you want to help you back up and not knock you back down. And that really spoke to me a little bit, because I'm not perfect like anyone. I've kind of reveled in others' misfortune. When a team that I feel is maybe not my favorite people, they maybe do things what I consider the wrong way. When they have failure, sometimes it feels good inside, and that's not right. But you want to be the sort of person that is humble, to ensure that, like I said, people are there to help you up when you fall, because we're gonna fail. We're going to not reach the top of the mountain every year. We're going to have seasons that don't go as well. And it's important to put others first instead of yourself, because if you're out there saying me, and puffing your chest out, and this is all about me, and when you do fail, there's not going to be anybody there to help you back up. So like I said, how does this relate to coaching? Not every year is going to be a championship year, like I said. As coaches, we often ask ourselves to put the team first. And what are you doing as a coach that maybe isn't as humble? I really try. I work in an environment that I have to be on the radio, talking to the newspaper, talking to the local TV stations at least after every game, and that's they ask you a lot of questions that it's easy for a coach to not be very humble and not have very much humility. And after a big win, it's important to kind of try to shine that light on others, because it's not all about you. And again, as a coach, you have yes, we do a lot of things, but you're not playing the game. Yeah, you're going to make some decisions about personnel and things like that, but at the end of the day, again, it's high school and collegiate athletics. It's not about you. It's about the kids. I found a quote in Proverbs that I really think kind of goes along with this, and do not boast about tomorrow, for you do not know what the day may bring forth. Let another praise you in your own mouth, someone else, not your own. That's a nice thing. An important thing is making sure that you are letting others do the praising for you, and you're not patting yourself on the back. And I think that personally that means more to me. I was blown away this year when I was voted section coach of the year, and that was not something that I was expecting. It was not